Everybody wants to know, how strong are the Wrathmongers? Are they truly the best infantry in the game?
Yes.
Well, let's find out. I got a matchup between me playing as Khorn and my opponent Blood Penguin playing as Kislev, and I got myself 3 Wrathmongers, Skull Reaper, 2 Skull Crushers. Let's go. Bada bing. These are just some Marauders, and on my opponent's side we have Streltsy, Kosar, Dervishes, and Spearmen and Armored Kossars. Basically, he's going wide Kislev with a Ice Witch of Tempest with just Hailstorm, and I'm going Skull Taker on his motorcycle and Wrathmongers. Oh, listen to that purr. Alright, Wrathmongers are approaching. This is exactly what they want to be fighting. Armored Kossars, you need to get in there, Wrathmongers, and show them why you aren't just Wrathmongers, you're Wrathmoggers. Alright, so I'm over here. I'm trying to poach, a little sneaky like. I don't want to get shot too much with the Streltsy because you can see these Wrathmongers are super expensive. They're already taking insane amounts of damage. At this point, I see a gap, so I send in my knights, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna. Oh my God! Yeah, this was not so good. I'm already down about like 800 value right now just from that alone. These guys cost 1900 gold. So while those guys die, I am not gonna let their sacrifice go to waste. I slip in the other knights, and I slip in some cav over here. I'm just trying to slip in wherever I can. You know how I go. Marauders are just pushing them back. But he's sending in his cap to keep screening me out. The Knights of the Brace and Throne hit was huge. I really needed them to sweep the backline. I'm getting the Skull Crushers in the backline, but these Halberds are coming back to push them off. We got the Knights countercharging into my guys. These are just throwing axes. I sent them in because I really can't have the Streltsy shooting at my expensive Wrathmongers. But the Wrathmongers are cleaving. You can just see them. They've already ratted off these Armored Kossars, and now they're pushing up, getting into that fight. That's exactly where they want to be. And I got Skull Reaper just coming over, poking on the back line, running around with this motorcycle, getting those charge attacks. And the Knights of the Blazing Throne, they're running over, running to the back line. Even though they got taken heavy shots, but they don't have armor, they're still pushing through. I need to get rid of these Streltsy. Kislev is ahead on the BOP right now just because every single one of my units is so expensive. But I have clapped. Look at that entire front line already gone from the Wrathmongers. One of them's half health, one of them's a quarter, and the other one's a quarter as well. I got Skull Taker still poking things down. These guys, they're getting a little low in leadership. These guys pushing the... I pretty much lost the right flank. All I have is a Wrathmonger. My cav rallied in the back line. But I got the Knights of the Blazing Throne coming down at these final little Streltsy here. I need to get rid of them. If it gets to a situation where my cav is dead and it's Wrathmongers with Chaff and Streltsy, easily I'm gonna lose. The Streltsy are gonna poke down the Wrathmongers and keep running, and that's easily a loss for me here. I got Skull Taker. He's providing, remember, he's got the AoE buff. He's got both Totem of Bloodletting plus 8 leadership. He also has there we go. Revel and Slaughter, he's got 8 melee attack, 8 melee attack. So anybody around him has plus 12 leadership and plus 16 melee attack. You can see 74 melee attack, insane, some of the highest in the game. But just look at the Kislev swarms. This is pretty much at this point the Skull Crushers are dead. They're both, this one's still alive, pretty low, but it's really just Wrathmongers and a couple scattered tab with Skull Taker, and it's looking scary. But I am pushing ahead on the BOP at this point. I've killed a lot of the Kislev chaff, but the Wrathmongers are going to keep having to push through. But the problem is, once a lot of these Kislev troops stop rallying, they're going to come back and just poke at these Wrathmongers. So I'm really going to have to make sure I keep chasing these guys off. Because you can see the Streltsy just getting absolutely nasty volleys into the Wrathmongers. They do not want to be getting shot. So I'm sending in the cav here to hopefully peel them off. Streltsy are kind of hybrid infantry, but they're still not going to do too great. But those are just Marauder Horsemen. So despite the anti-infantry, these guys have armor. They're not going to do too great. I'm going to want the Wrathmongers to kill these guys and then come back and support. For the rest of the army, I have Skull Taker coming at the rear charge of Dervishes that charge me. And I got the Wrathmongers that keep pushing through. I mean, look at these guys. They're just tearing them a new one, bro. Chop, 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 chop. Wrathmongers are not going to stop. Full health armor Kossar Spear just poking away. Every single unit, poke, poke, poke into the Wrathmongers. This is literally just, I'm on a matchstick right now. If Khorn burns out before I can peel off enough troops, I lose. I just need to burn him before I burn out. So I just got Wrathmonger continuing to poke down. Khorn is swinging pretty heavy on the BOP, but you'll see here in a little bit, as soon as the Kislev units start rallying, bro, they're just going to keep poking down the Wrathmongers. Right now, we got a pretty healthy amount of Wrathmongers. Half HP, half HP. Wrathmonger on the Kossars, this is good. But you can see Armored Kossars shooting in, these guys shooting in, everybody's shooting in. Obviously, if you guys see any Turin or Human Boy stream, you know Blood Penguin's a very good player. Look, he has these Streltsy in the backline, and just look at So he's tossing down a Tempest right here, poking down these guys just a little bit. Obviously, Khorn 35% spell resistance, so it's not that bad. But just look at the damage these struts are about to do to these Wrathmongers. You see them all healthy, like 4,000 HP? Just like the Boyars, Brawskers, the R-War, they have shotgun units with suppress. So they're going to slow these guys down and deal insane damage. Oh, my heavy shots already down 1,000 HP. Wrathmongers are just taking insane damage. At this point, I am just like, shit, I need my Wrathmongers. Every time they explode, you see they get that explosion from their R-War effect. They have an explosion, 8 armor piercing, 100% AP every time they die. Here, I think he cast another. Oh, Sword of Khorn goes down right from the heavens to knock out those Boyars Brawlers. I needed to take them out because they were poking down my Wrathmongers. These Wrathmongers are close to dead. These Wrathmongers are a little healthier. These ones are basically dead. It's just Skull Taker and a couple Wrathmongers. Will these be the final Wrathmongers, or will they get Last Samurai into oblivion? They keep taking the shots, but luckily they routed off now. But I'm going to keep chasing them off. Because at this point, if I let these guys rally, you saw the damage they'll do. They will easily rally and kill those guys. So at this point, I just need Skull Taker and these Kossars to keep poking. But I need Skull Taker to chase off all this shit. Because look, more Streltsy coming back. Poking. Look, they got 2,700 HP. But every single shot is another tick on the timer, bro. Because this guy, he's just a big target. This mount is great. It's a great mount with healing and shit. But look, he's losing armor from being tired. And he's super huge, though. He'll easily get obliterated by Streltsy. But he's... Oh, that's a nasty charge on the Streltsy. He just motorcycles all across them. Hits them with the 360. Chops their heads off. Let's see how the Wrathmonger in the back is going. So he's still getting poked by this Kossar, but he's looking pretty healthy. 17 models, 1255. He's pretty low, and this Kossar is pretty healthy. He's going to keep poking him down. But oh my gosh, I got the Hellblades on this guy. He's looking pretty jacked despite being tired. Wrathmongers are fighting the Halberds. They're just chopping and chopping and chopping. These are the true Wrathmongers, bro. Look at them. You really think your little self, stinky stuff, gonna beat these guys blessed by Khorn? Hell no. Wrathmongers chopping up. The Lord comes in, but the Wrathmongers say bye-bye. Chasing off a Skull Taker. Pops the debuff on her, but she's just barely out of Skull Taker's wrath. We got 58 speed to 70 speed, so he can't catch him. I decided to just go after the Cab, but Wrathmongers are kind of like Cab themselves. They have insane charge bonus, 34 even while tired. They're just chopping away these dervishes. At this point, I don't think anything can stop these dervishes. He is rallying a lot of troops here. You can see the Streltsy shooting in, poke. Wrathmongers just getting lower and lower. He tries to cast a Tempest here. Wrathmongers are going to try to dodge. Oh, damn. They're taking some heavy shots. Okay, another 500 HP on the Wrathmongers gone. Skull Taker's coming back, though, to hopefully clear off these final missile units. Oh my gosh, there's just so much happening. And we have these armored Kossars trying to come in, trying to stop the Wrathmoggers, but they just keep mogging. That's all they know. Mogging is all they know. Come on, chop his damn head off. Chop. Boom, right in the skull. That's definitely critical CTE on that guy. Bro, you're not beating him. Oh, dang, look at their funny hats, bro. Yeah, it's just Wrathmongers absolutely cleaving, bro. Oh, he poked him right in the gut, man. But he ate that shit. He's not going down. Poke. But the Wrathmongers with that 360 defense and... Oh, yeah, I haven't even mentioned the Wrathmongers. They got buffed recently in the 6.0 patch. Basically, they have a immune to flanking, meaning on the whole 360 of the unit, they're not going to be getting hit by anything. Yeah, and we got Skull Taker pushing him up. At this point, Kislev, they could rally some range units, but it's looking pretty bleak. But we got the final Wrathmongers. Let's see. Can the Wrathmongers take it home? At this point, we're just really making sure that Blood Penguin has no way to get back into this game. Because I'm telling you guys, Skull Taker is awful. Like, he's a little chariot lord, but he's awful. Like, he's going to get shot. He's like a big sponge for all these missile units. So the Wrathmongers are coming back in. We got our final little blob fight here. Come from the heavens. Wrathmongers come in. They're going to clear off the final bits of these chaff. Chop. Wrathmongers are pretty low, though. Okay, but the Kislev Berserkers, they've run out of the Bar Blood. We got Horn of Khorn, we got the debuff, we got Bloody Onslaught, Studded Armor. These guys have 0 armor right now because all the debuffs. Oh, Skull Taker going on tricks with it. And we're going to make sure Skull Taker gets the skull of this Ice Witch. He's going to chase her down. She's not going to be able to escape. Keep chopping at her. Chop. There we go. Let's see if we can get the skull of the Ice Witch. And there we go. For Khorn. I assure you Skull Taker took her skull after the match is over. Dang. So this is the brand new Skull Reapers, huh? Wow. Wrathmongers. They were wrathing. Let's see the values. In the ROR, we got 2,110 value. On this Wrathmonger, we got 1,737, and we got 1,550. Every single Wrathmonger paid for itself, despite there being an insane Kislev gunline. I mean, just look at the value of the gunline, by the way. 1427 on the Kislev Boyars, Bralskir, Streltsy. And then we got these guys, 12229 on this Streltsy. And this Streltsy seems I shut it down earlier with the cav charge, but it still got 632 value. Costs are 475. Costs are 329. This Streltsy 591. This Streltsy 617. Armored costs are 519. This costs are 426, 486. You can see armored costs are mixed value. But everything just did decent in this Kislev army. I mean, they killed basically every Wrathmonger to the last man. The Wrathmongers, they got an increase in HP in the patch, and they got an increased AoE They got increased HP in the patch. They got increased melee defense in the patch, and they also got immune to flanking. Meaning the Wrathmongers are actually cracked right now. Skull Takers, this guy got obliterated, but he still came back with only like a couple models and was just disturbing the backline with his terror. This one, yeah, he got drowned out by spears just by getting not clapped like the other one did. And we got the Marauder Horsemen. They're just there poking away at things. They didn't quite pay for themselves, but they're a good harassing tool. See, this is what I'm talking about, Skull Taker, man. 1704. He's good, man. He's got that AoE buff. He provides it. He's also just good in melee combat because he also buffs himself so much. So even though he's on that Blood Throne, he still has really high melee stats. And that allowed Khorn to take the way. Kislev, they thought they were the true Mogger, but no, it was the Wrathmoggers. See you guys next time. Banger replay.